Ribidubudubudubudu. Bona Mugabe turns back at matrimonial home, and now back at the Blueroof Mansion. Let me mention this in plain white. Normally in the divorce blueprint, it is the husband that gets trimmed out of the matrimonial home, but in Bona Mugabe's and Simba's case, it is not the case. Now, this matrimonial house at present is the one that was presented to the couple as a wedding present by the main Mugabe. Of course, we're talking about the former president. Now, should the fact that Simba remains resident be resented? Oh, he resisted and Bona's heart was too dented and she opted to jump out. Oh, that's what she actually intended, in that the house being a wedding present, this may present extended post-divorce distress, PDD, something like that, and drag the moving on. Of course, now to answer all the questions, the best answer to any question is not an answer. To answer a question with an answer. So today I'm going to be answering questions with questions, so that one can just see on their own and they have no questions left beyond any reasonable doubt. Satisfied? Now, has Bona Mugabe surrendered and all the finances? Has Bona Mugabe surrendered all the finances and properties to Simba Chikore? Why is she claiming $8,000 maintenance? Is she broke? Has she got nothing left? Does Simba Chikore know any damaging secrets of the Mugabes that he might be using against Bona Mugabe? I'm not suggesting that he has put Bona Mugabe under duress, but I'm suggesting it be considered. Why do they want the divorce fast, or do they? Maybe in me being saying maybe I'm being too fast or too slow. Of course, I admitted myself I'm too fast. Now, has Simba Chikore hit jackpot, or only a pot smoking jack can see or skim jackpot and party when things are smoking and somebody might actually be in the pit? Did Simba Chikore cheat, or the whole marriage has always been a cheat in itself? It is obvious that Simba Chikore is desired by women, not women. What's not so obvious is that the major factor of this demand by ladies is because he married Bona Mugabe. And ladies and gents, ladies would assume that he has a lot of money. Of course, Bona Mugabe's money. I'm not saying he didn't have his own money. What we assume is Bona, because Bona Mugabe has always been Bona Mugabe, the topic on top of the topic. Now, what the fuss just happened, what is happening, and what happens next? What happened? Let's dig deeper so we can undip the dig in this deed. Let's go back to where it all began. Was Bona Mugabe too young to be married, or it seemed so because she got married sooner than expected by, of course, so-called everybody? Then the quick marriage, which now turns out to be a quick, she has kids very fast. The oldest one is 7 years. Is it that, as she say in her own words at her father's funeral, that she wanted her father Mugabe to at least see his grandchildren? Now, that is noble, and a noble person sacrifices, right? I'm going somewhere. Now, it seems our Bona Mugabe, our beloved Bona, our bona fide Mugabe, who has managed to stay out of controversy even when controversy was trying to follow her. It seems controversy has now finally caught up with Bona Mugabe, and one of Zimbabwe's most adored and respected darlings, being the daughter of the late Africa's great Mugabe, Gabriel Robert, aka Robert Gabriel Mugabe. Bona has always been the bona fide one of the Mugabes, and until now she has managed to stay out of controversies way. I'm not saying she is controversial herself or she is in a controversy, but this whole story is just controversial in its own. Now it is seeming, of course the seams make it seem like so she has followed her mother's footsteps, or has she? Of course she is her mother's daughter, no offense. Okay, now Bona Mugabe divorce, of course, is a chilling hot topic. What happened between Bona Mugabe and Simba Chikore, or what is happening, or what is about to happen? Has their marriage always been an arranged marriage as once speculated? Common sense, of course, every marriage is arranged marriage, but I'm talking arranged marriage isn't the arranged marriage that we call arranged marriage, especially considering that her mother, Amazing Grace, knew or claimed that she was a virgin at the time that she married Simba Chikore. I'm not saying she was wrong in doing that or right. Of course, every parent would want the best for their children, but their best for their children may not be the best for the children. It may be the best for but they may not see it as the best. Okay, now in Bona Mugabe's summons in the state papers, she says that that till do us part has suffered death and nothing they can do can fix the marriage pact. The marriage is aged and is no longer married. In her exact words, she uses the legal expression irretrievably broken down. Now let me break down the legal expression irretrievably broken down. Irretrievably broken down means that neither of the parties is at fault, but both parties agree that their marriage agreement has failed to the extent that nothing in existence can ever cement it back, and exit is the only stance. No taking any chance. In other words, we are together, or we are together in that we simply can't be together. This expression is normally used when it is the case, or when the case is they simply want a fast divorce, or they simply want to divorce fast. In this, the court does not ask a lot of questions. The ball will be in their court. Bona further clarified, also be generally irrelevant. So it's not like Bona Mugabe has surrendered everything to Simba. Of course, in court cases, we look for faults, who is at fault, so we can have many sittings and things like that, which you get even when I haven't said what I've just said. Deliberate incongruence. Now, to conclude this, Bona Mugabe may be acting under duress. This has to be proven wrong or right. That is, if substantial law is applied to divorce cases. Now, on another, of course, at Bona Mugabe's level, being a civilized human being should not stoop to being a drama queen. She would prefer to keep private issues private. Why the divorce happened may not necessarily be necessary, or is not necessarily necessary to issue, since she is a real person in real life and not a magazine issue, not a movie